All right, and here we are, 2023. Hmm. Can't wait. How about you? uh, 2023. So, anyway, this is going to be um my version of hey, let's wrap up 2022. Well, I don't like to be one of those people that I'm doing it because everybody else does, but it just seems like a good idea. Just to, like, if it doesn't matter. I mean, who the hell cares what I think? But just give you my point of view of what I thought 2022 was like, as if you don't know. But maybe I could put it in a different sort of perspective. Um, the state of this nation, as it is right now, if anybody, those of you that are watching, I mean, I'm singing to the choir here, but I mean, you know what I'm going to say. Look, this resembles nothing at all uh, what a representative republic is supposed to look like. Um, we are stuck in this frigged up two-party system, and we're supposed to believe that Democrats and Republicans are different. Oh yeah, yeah. They both play. They both have the same boss. Okay, and this is my opinion. This comes from information I have read. This is just the way I see things. Just like everybody else out there that does one of these sort of shows, you need to go out, get the books, do the reading. Get your, well, it used to be over there. There it is. Get yourself a copy of Tragedy and Hope and start there. Okay? Just start there. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're living in, it's kind of the way I see it. Well, it's a combination of a technocracy and a fascist regime. The industry, okay, our military industrial complex, other industry, forms of industry, are tied to the government in a lot of different ways. It's like a spider web. I mean, it's so damn enmeshed, like a really screwed up family. There's all these different things. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like opening up a box of worms. I mean, it's just, it's grotesque. And it's like our government, right? We have seen one of the, no, I'm not going to say one of, I'm going to say the most embarrassing military blunder of all time. Okay? And of course that is our feudal retreat, if you want to call it that, or whatever it was, from Afghanistan. We are constantly being told that there is no emergency at our southern border. But we know there is. I mean, anybody with eyes can see that. But we have people on Capitol Hill and people in the White House that will tell you no, there is no emergency at our southern border. Do you understand that? There is no emergency at our southern border. If you continue to talk about that, well, we kind of know where your kids go to school. We might want to keep your wife company while she's shopping for groceries. I feel like that. So don't talk about the southern border. So, and that's what that's like. That is exactly what that's like. Okay, when you see this Mameluke, the mouthpiece for the White House, that whatever the hell she is, gets out there and starts lying to the public, like, well, come on, man, really? I know a third grader that could do a better job than her. For God's sakes, I mean, look at where we are at, ladies and gentlemen. Look at where we are at. Let me give you an idea where we are at. Well, right now we are in Haddon Heights, New Jersey. I gotta take my meds here pretty soon. You know you're really frigged up when you gotta go buy one of these things. Well, actually, I got two of them. You know. The amount of medication this guy takes. It's crazy already. Where we are at, it's like I tell everybody, you know, we are living in historic times. Very, very historic times. The way our inner city has gotten, the way that race relations have broken down, and come on, everybody knows it has. Everybody knows that it's deliberate, don't we? Of course we do. Of course we do. Now, from my perspective, okay, I have what's known as a biblical worldview, you see? Bible, biblical, Bible. And when you look at that, when you begin to see the world um, in a biblical point of view, one thing you'll learn is that, whoa, time is getting really short. And that is why I keep telling people you got to get right with God. Okay? Because we're living in the last days. Now, you see, when you start talking about stuff like I talk about, globalism, world government, the Council on Foreign Relations, the shadow government, who the hell's controlling the idiot in the White House, things like that. You know, who takes care of him at nappy time and opens up his milk and gives him his little packet of cookies. Or ice cream. I mean, we all know the guy's a glutton for ice cream, right? But then again, so am I. I mean, I like ice cream. I don't know, though. If you had the choice, and it's summertime, right? It's August, it's 98, it's 70% humidity outside. A regular, average, beautiful southern New Jersey summer day. Would you rather have ice cream or would you rather have water ice from Pops? Water ice. That's a toughie, but I will tell you my favorite water ice, cherry and chocolate mix. Oh man, woo! Especially after band practice, man, we'd ride over there, and I'd get me a medium cherry chocolate from Pops. Pops goes back. Not if I'm thinking before World War II, he was in that spot, which was right around 12th and Oregon, in South Philly. It's an iconic spot. I mean, there were fist fights. Just for the South Philly, there's fist fights over everything. There were fist fights over who had the best water ice, Pops or Italianos. I'm a Pops guy, just like I'm a Geno's steak guy instead of Pat's. Does anybody really give a damn? Don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So what the hell's wrong with this guy? So getting back to what I was talking about, that we are living in the last days, and everything points to that. But people will say, "Oh, well, we've been hearing about this for years." Okay. Anyway, look. Uh, I am going to. This is Isaiah 5:20. Okay. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe to man mighty at drinking wine. Woe to man valiant for mixing intoxicating drink, who justify the wicked for a bribe and take away justice from the righteous man. Look, I mean, the one thing that I love is woe to those who make evil good, good evil. Everything that comes out of the mouths of this administration, right? It seems like it's been completely twisted around, doesn't it? Just like what the prophet Isaiah was saying there. Matter of fact, believe it or not, look, I didn't buy it, but my wife got the Starbucks. What are you going to do? This is the Starbucks holiday um, brand or mix, whatever. It's really good. And lately I had to switch from one of my loves of my life, my French roast Italian, my French roast coffee, and I also used to drink an Italian roast, but just started tearing up my stomach something fierce. All those years of drinking are, getting even. But yeah, we are being told that men can get pregnant. Let's try that again. We are being told that men can get pregnant. This is coming from college educated people who represent the government of the United States. So you're a guy in China or North Korea. I would love to see what the hell. What? I mean, they have to think. Can you imagine how Putin? What? Men can do what? Get pregnant? They know we're done. Okay? They just not look. The United States is gone. Believe me. When you got people that represent you that think it's okay to tell you, men can get pregnant. Mrs. Smith, can you please define what a woman is to me? She would not do it. Really? I mean, all she had to do was like, yeah, a woman is one of those humans that doesn't have a penis. She wouldn't do that. She would not define what a woman is. And this is one of these jokes that is, the hell, she was being questioned for a position. I don't even know, nor do I really care. But will it look? I think it is. Where are we? Where the hell are we? Open your mind. Look, folks. People that represent you and govern you and have the power to send your offspring to get slaughtered. Believe men can get pregnant. Maybe it's time to reconsider that whole thing about you're going to do what? You're going to draft my kids? No, you're not. No, you're not. You think the Vietnam War protests were serious? We could show you what serious really looks like. You want to see what a real insurrection looks like? Yeah, start a war and ask our kids to fight in it. For you. For you. Yeah, the guys and gals, oh yeah, men can get pregnant. And you see some of these scary looking bastards. I think what? We got a general that was once, ugly. A general that was once a gal? That's now a guy? You can't figure out what sex you are, and you want our kids to follow you in battle. I would love to see that person and Robert E. Lee sit down and just have a military type discussion. Where do you start? Where the do you start? Look, I am not saying that just because you get your Johnson cut off, you can't fight anymore. Or if you're gay, you can't fight anymore. Believe me, folks, I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum. I'm a firm believer that because you're gay, you can kick ass just as good as anybody else. I always go back to the Spartan army. A lot of these gays were pretty flamboyant at night. What are you gonna do? I mean, they spent their whole life with men. I mean, you know, hey, Bill, yeah, Jack over there, the spear thrower. He used to be one of those bow and arrow users, but now he's a spear thrower. Well, I was talking to him the other day. He pretty damn cute. You know what I'm saying there? I think we're gonna have a thing going here soon. I mean, really, you know, it's not about that. But when you make that decision to really have surgery and start changing shit, excuse my language, to me, it shows something isn't connecting up here. And look, you want to live that way? Fine. I want you to stay away from explosives and bullets. All right, and sharp objects for that matter too. And you ain't making any military decisions. Sorry, it's just how it is. So, yeah, I'm thinking 2023 is gonna be wow. One hell of a year. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? One hell of a year. You know, really. Look, if I were you, I mean, I'd keep my eye on the sky because Christ is coming back. Really, Christ is coming back. You know, and by the fig tree blooming, and you can tell the seasons by the way where the birds are flying. I don't think he said that, but you can't tell when the Son of Man is coming back. And then he told them to look for these things, okay? And the biggest of all the big um, prophecies, excuse me, but my back is itching, like, all get out. It feels good when you scratch your back. I'm telling you. I'm sure this isn't gonna. Hey, if you like, ring that bell and subscribe. Yeah, you got to see that guy scratch his back with a ruler. The hell was I talking about? But yeah, he told his disciples, you'll know these things. And the first big one was when the nation of Israel was established back in, what was that, 1947, became a nation state. That was huge. Okay? Because now the Israelites had a home to go back to. They got a place where they could build third temple, which from a lot of reports, they are really, really trying to do that. So that's no fallacy, and everything is coming together for you know Christ to come back. And we could just see the way nations are making alliances, which coincide with Ezekiel, Revelation, and it's complicated. It's difficult to get through, but when you do the research and Gog, Magog, and all these other names of nations that involve Russia, China, Turkey, Iran, Iraq, and it's all true to form. What's happening now was mentioned 2,000 years ago. Yeah, really. And then people want to dispute that. But here it is. It says, you know. So what I am telling you now for 2023 is get right with God. I mean, you've heard me say this before. Get right with God. Time is getting short. Look, anybody know Chip Roy? I'm really getting to like this guy. Uh, he's saying the exact same things I am saying. He got up on the floor and actually said he was talking about the southern border and how we're constantly being told that there is no emergency. And he actually said exactly what I said maybe a year ago, that the administration can't be this stupid. So if they're not, then what is it? What are your choices? Why is this catastrophe happening? Why are we being told it is not happening, but the world can see it happening? So why are we being told it's not happening? And since we're being told it's not happening, you got to ask yourself, like I've been saying, why? And the reason is it is deliberate. It's being done by design. Really. But you got all these people coming in. Who's going to take care of them? There may be people with very bad intentions among these people. You got thousands a day. Thousands a day. Bringing fentanyl, heroin, whatever else. It's bad for our nation. It does nothing good for anyone. What kind of president would want that to happen? What kind of representatives would allow their communities to suffer like that? And why? It sure looks like that's a great way to ruin a country, isn't it? Why would you send billions of dollars overseas to, to defend the frickin' Ukrainian border? Okay, enough said. So, for those of you watching this, and if you have friends that, oh, that guy, that bald headed guy with the glasses, he's nuts, he's a racist, and he's a conspiracy theoretical theorist, theorist. Let's ask him those very simple questions. Okay, you know, and of course I would start with the southern border, because if they deny or I don't want to talk about southern border, there's nothing happening, and so what? Then you just walk away from them and say, look, it's been nice knowing you. I really don't think we can hang out any longer because you are a nitwit. So therefore, any meaningful conversation with you, I don't think is able to take place. Away with you. So there you have it. My 2023 address. And, you know, we're just gonna look. We got, we gotta take a day at a time. Just like, if you had a drinking problem like I did, I had to take it a day at a time. A day at a time. And now, 33, 30, I don't know, I think 34 maybe years later, still haven't had a drink. And there you go. So listen, God bless all you. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Mine was, we had our son here, Anthony, and he had his buddy Andy, who we've known like Jesus God since what, elementary school or something like that. And it's kind of become a tradition that he join us for our Christmas Eve dinner, which I make a pescatore, which is it's fish in a white sauce, a white wine based sauce. Really, yeah, not low-cal by any stretch of the imagination. Heavy cream, white wine, garlic, all the good stuff. Clams, yeah, shrimp, crab meat, just very nice. Very nice. And then I did fried calamari, which is fried squid, deep fried squid, which I think I ate more of that than anything, really. That was pretty much it. And then, we had our New Year's Eve, where, you know, I got down partying hardy oil painting. Look, the way things are, I really don't care anymore. Uh, I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, I'm just constantly waiting for this other shoe to drop. I feel something. I really do. I mean, I'm being very honest about that. I really feel something's gonna give. Let me see what time. Okay, I really do. So yeah. So there you have it. You know. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will say bye bye. I will be doing another one of these here very shortly. Don't give up. Uh, these are depressing times. They're times full with anxiety. They're sad. You know, watching the country you love disintegrate in front of you in such a way that is beyond description it is very sad. And the other sad part about it are the blind idiots running around that don't see it. And I see it as our job, like preaching the gospel. We got to preach this particular gospel, the gospel of making our country right, the gospel of what America is, the role it's supposed to play in the world, what a Republican form of government is, a representative form of government is. People don't know these things. Really. They don't know these things. You got news anchors out there. Oh, yeah, it's a Democratic form, right? You know, and if you ask them, listen, is this a democracy or is it a republic? And what's the difference? They couldn't tell you. They could not tell you. So, there you have it. Okay? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will sign off. Harry Federici.